What's going on, everybody? Ultimate Guy, let's DIY Missing Phone. Let me get some water, y'all. It's hot. It's a hot February day, which doesn't make sense. My air just cut on, you can hear it, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with the climate. It's supposed to be hot in February, you know? God damn. Just blows my mind how many people didn't pay attention in third grade science class. But let's get on to the wrestling here. This is the February. Oh, it just got pulled. February issue of PWI. It comes out 9 times a year now, and I just pick them up when I find them. I picked this because they're top 100 tag teams. That's mostly what we're going to look at. Got Usos on the cover. Of course, they won. Okay, so blah blah. Ray Phoenix kicking. What? Damn it! Can't think of his name now. Now, I do give him this. This Muto Years book, as soon as I saw that, I ordered myself a copy. I already watched Tales from the Territory. The El Santo films are coming out. And I mean, there's some interesting stuff here. Nick Aldis leaving NWA, Tyrus ended up becoming the champ. You know, there's some interesting stuff in there. And all the rest is there's some halfway decent stuff in here. The little columns are not bad. But honestly, an issue like this, you're buying it for like the interview, which with Ray Phoenix is not bad. And it talks about how part was conducted in Spanish, translated out to English. It's a good little interview. But this is what you're waiting on. They did it like a video game. Let me explain it to you real quick. You can see on there. Okay, you see what it says number 1. Then it says high score, highest they've ever ranked, home console, special attack. And Usos, and I'm not, y'all know the Usos. Number 2, FTR, which I agree with that. They're a damn good tag team. This is the one where I think this issue went to press about 3 weeks later. Odds are pretty good the Briscoes would not be at number 3. They would possibly, I can see it possibly being at number 1. One of my favorite tag teams, you know, RIPJ. Really, really sucks that they never got a chance to get on any major TV besides. I mean, they were on Ring of Honor TV, which was nationwide, but one, you know, Impact's the really. Because, I mean, I know, laugh at Impact all you want, but more people know what TNA Impact is than know what Ring of Honor is. Put it this way, more people locally can name me 3 indies that run in the state I live in. They can tell me anything about Ring of Honor besides CM Punk came from there. They know that because CM Punk told them that on WWE TV. Death Triangle, Phoenix, Pentagon, and Pac, number 4. Okay, I don't like a lot, but I like all 3 members, so that's cool. Okay, FWC, this is Stardom. I don't know jack shit about Stardom. Hazuki and Koguma? I know, RK Bro, the OC, which is the Good Brothers. They were in Impact for a long time. The Young Bucks, number 8, which is the one, like the Hex. I don't think, yes, they are. They were the women, NWA Women's Champion, but Marty Bell and Allison Kay, I wouldn't put them that high. Violence Forever, I'd have even higher. Great tag team, Aussie Open. United Empire's one I didn't know till recently. Street Profits. I'm trying to see any teams that stand out here. The Acclaimed would probably be higher by now. OGK, I've seen one member of OGK. I see Matt Taylor. I see Mike Bennett too. I see OGK actually. So I forgot about that. I saw him in Impact. Damage Control, Dakota Khan, Ios guys that. Change. That's one thing. I hate WWE changing names. And it should be fair to start calling him, you know, Kevin Owens. You know, for the first year he was there, if I was watching wrestling, friends of mine watching WWE, I'd go, Kevin Steen, he was like, oh, sorry, Kevin Owens. Or, you know, hey, there's Tyler Black. Oh, shit. Sorry, Seth Rollins. Let's see. Calamari Drunken Kings. DDT. Okay, Alpha Academy, New Day. Man, New Day's falling. Arrows of Hungary? Is that that cannot be the Icarus from Chikara. Or somebody would have said something because WXW is big enough. That's will work there. And I haven't looked at the news yet today, but as of last thing I heard, Jerry King Lawler's in the hospital recovering from a stroke. Wish you a speedy recovery, Mr. Lawler. We got to meet the man twice now. Super nice guy. Really cool, laid back dude. Z-Brats. Monte and Shun Scholar. See, a lot of these I've never even heard of. The other Twin Towers. 646. Okay, Brawling Brutes. Butch Rich, and then Sheamus. House of Torture. Rot and Flot. What the hell? A lot of WX. They watch a lot of WX. Motor City Machine Guns. I possibly would have had them higher. They've had a really good resurgence the last year and a half here. Kung Fu Masters. 2.0 heard of. 5150, that's Danny, Limelight Rivera, and Slice Boogie. The Workhorse, Matthew Henry, J.D. Drake. Really good team I saw in the Indies before, AEW. The Guns. Violent by Design, which, well, Eric Young and Joe Doran ain't in it anymore. Who is in that now? I'm so far behind on Impact. I've met Cody Deaner. Interesting thing out there, I live outside of a very tiny town. It's the biggest town in the county I live in, and it's very tiny. Very, very tiny. We got to meet Mr. Deaner. He worked a show for my local indie in town here. I wanted to talk to him while he sat on the table for a minute. I want to talk to him for a minute. I wanted to ask him how Mr. Doran is doing, because we went to the Impact tournament. I think Doran got the stinger. He's like, he's all right. But I was like, well, it's out to feel being in a small town. He's like, dude, the little town I grew up in Canada was like half the size of this. And you're like, oh, God, you grew up in rural Canada. See, I forget there's huge chunks of Canada. It's like rural and tiny. Down here in the States, you just think of the major cities. How many people down here in the States can, name places outside the major city? How many people ever heard of Medicine Hat or Moose Jaw or, Saskatoon? None of it. Fucking Florida. See, that's the thing. They got some teams in here that are really good, but they ain't doing shit. Like, Viking Raiders ain't doing shit in WWE, which sucks. Florida, damn good tag team. Texas tag team, but they work all over. The Dork Order, pretty empowered. Who is that? Renegade Twins. And they had the women out. I don't think I mentioned it, but they got the women mixed in with the men this year, so that works. Best friends, Chuck Taylor, Orange Cassidy, and Trip Beretta. Excuse me. MSV, Aiden Agro, and Danger Kid. Debuted on last year's competitive list in the 50 spot. Main state policy won C4 Wrestling Tag Memorial Tournament, earning a shot at Ontario Promotions Prize. Captured Blitzkrieg Pros belts on a 4-way belt last February. Ejected outfielders from the PW Vibe title convention and Cassandra Cup 2. And they're also, their home fed's like limitless. Private Party. Oh, God. They were calling themselves 5 Minutes of Heat. I used to call them 5 Minutes so they got beat because they were just jobbers from hell. And they became pretty good. Eddie Pearl and Ricky Gibson. Butcher the Blade. Wow, the SATs. God, they haven't been around so long. There's 2 main events. One of them starts with the outfielders. Hollywood Boys, the Blondes. Bougie Reality, which is Maddie Rinkowski and Ray Chanel. Wait a minute! Didn't Ray Chanel work the Hood March? I met Maddie. She wrote in with she came in with the guy she was dating. I don't know if they're still together. I was not gonna say, but with him for a BIW show and a bit of matches. And then of course they always focus on the ratings. I mean, these numbers. And what I love is AEW has, well, there's so much else to do. That's why the rating numbers are so low. Well, and then they'll be like, AEW's so ahead, then why isn't it on streaming? Why is it such a bitch in the United States to legally stream AEW? Because I'll be honest with you, I would record Dynamite and Rampage if I would watch them. If I could DVR them at a time that wasn't the prime time they airing, because that time we have other stuff recording DVR, it's complicated. I could watch them on demand because I have Dish on demand. Guess what? When I watch it on Dish on demand, you can't fast forward. And I'm not going to sit through a 2-hour Dynamite when there's 30 minutes of it I want to see. Yeah. Why can't I would pay, I pay $5 a month to YouTube and I get Impact and almost all their pay-per-views on. I would pay about that much to whatever to get an AEW. The company don't make a bit of sense to me, and the fans say, oh, they're ahead. No, they're not. They're not streaming. You talk about everybody's going to streaming and why anything on streaming. Yeah. Well, the contract. Well, they should have thought about that when they signed that contract. Heart Attack. Okay, this is High End versus Rochelle Rose. Both these ladies are amazing. I met High End. God, 20. Okay, it was about 2 to 3 months after Lucha Underground had started airing because everybody kind of knew who Pentagon Jr. was, and it was the Elevate Pro show with Pentagon Jr. High End came in to fight. High End came in with Ivory. Was it Ivory, Robin Reed? I think my she was wrestling this black lady. I think Robin Reed was wrestling. And they were Booker T, and they came out. Nicest people came around, introduced themselves. Everybody shook hands with everybody, like everybody that was there. If you were in there before the doors open, everyone come and shake hands and introduce themselves. And like me and my buddies were sitting at the table getting ready to set up cameras, get ready to do commentary, and they're like, "Hey, I'm." And Rochelle met her somewhere. Good. This is when I first, besides the tag team, this is the first article I actually sat down and read, and then this Casey Cattell deathmatch article. I don't know. I like me some death matches here, man. Oh, I love this then and now. Ethan Rhino. Black Girl Magic Show. Dragon Gate. Cool little article. All about Australia's wrestling scene, which I didn't know a lot about for a long time. The lowdown. The old school column, of course. And then we got our rankings. Let's see here. Moxley at number 1 for heavyweight total. Moxley, then Roman Reigns, then Jay White, then Seth Rollins, then Kaito Kiyomiya. Wow. Oh, I was like, why the hell's New Japan on? I'm like, Jay White, dumbass, cruel, who... It's Mads Kruger. It's Logan Creed. He's injured. He don't have that belt anymore. Josh Alexander should be higher. I can't believe the Dragon Gate champion, Yuki Yoshioka, is ranked higher than the Ring of Honor champion because the Ring of Honor champion at the time was fucking Chris Jericho. God, I don't like Jericho. He should, in my eyes, he should have retired after that last New Japan run. Dude, go off. Right off into the sunset. Now it's like, dude, you're just tarnishing. To me, you're tarnishing your rep. Okay. Now, one thing I don't like in here, and I don't know why they did this, is okay. You get Raw, SmackDown, AEW, Impact, New Japan, Stardom, CMLL, AAA, MLW, and Independent. And Independent's just IWTV, basically. And you got most popular was hate, okay. But then, in this section here, where they used to do all the indies, you have shit like Dragon Gate, DDT Pro, NXT, NWA, Pro Wrestling No. None of those I really consider indies. Game Changer is, Rev Pro is. And then Canada, Australia overall. Let's see. Robbie Eagles. I'm trying to see who I recognize on the Australia overall, and Robbie Eagles is the only good name. Okay, Canada. I know Aiden Prince is. Stu Grayson, Davey Boy Smith Jr., Cole Matthews. Stu Grayson. That's the Dark Order guy. Did he leave? I guess he left AEW. I like this Body Slam Pro. Carlos Zamora, Alissi. Oh, I thought it said Bam Bam Quaalude. Hold on, I'm going to pull it in. Number 4 there. I swear, at first glance, and I don't have my glasses on, it looks like that's right at my edge of my vision. I thought it said Bam Bam Quaalude. I was like, oh God, that would be a great wrestler. Bam Bam Quaalude gets there, punches twice, pops a Quaalude, just out in the ring, gets pinned. I don't know why I lose. Bam Bam Quaalude. Pete Phoenix, Francisco Akira. See, nobody there. DDT, man. Game Changer. I mean, we all know those. Who's the great Scion? And who decided to push Jordan Clearwater? All the people with championship wrestling from Hollywood. And there's quite a few. One of the most boring people there. I mean, Ed Riggy's okay. He's just boring. Hell, Danny Limelight's right there. Hell, they got, Homicide and Dak Draper. Dak Draper, that can't be, was that the guy that used to work, wasn't there like a Dak Draper that worked SWA? Right, SWA in here. Yeah, I don't know. I got a little cartoons, but that's it. That's the issue of PW of 2023. Hope y'all enjoyed that. We'll have matches soon, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to The January event I missed just because I didn't have a ride. It was all the way up in Arkansas. That was the closest one. And the other shows, I just didn't have a ride. February was Vicksburg. I was supposed to be there, but there's a health thing going on in my house right now where I'm trying not to go out and catch even just a head cold because we've got somebody waiting to get surgery and they can't get sick. So that's that issue right there. So as of, this is being filmed before February. I might be in a show February 11th. I'm hoping I can go. I'd really love to go, but I ain't sure on that. If not, I definitely know March 4th will be my next show. So after that, you'll be getting some more matches before then. And I've managed to get a ride to a few more shows. So, like I know in March, unless something changes, after March 4th, I'll be going to a AWA event for the first time down in Ocean Springs. I'm getting to meet some people I ain't met before, film some stuff. I'm out, everybody. Laters.